car now, so I will now show you and give you a little tour of my nice, well, I say nice new car. I've had it about a week now, so it's not as new and shiny as it was, but I'll just turn the camera angle around and show you. So this is it. I've got the white GMC Terrain, which is a nice size SUV. Just show you the inside. Oh, I have to unlock the car first. Okay, so this is the inside. My stand for my mobile phone in the front. The floor, as you can see, covered in snow. Can't really help that. And then the boot. We've got Simba's little car blanket for the back, so he doesn't get the back all hairy, he just gets his blanket hairy. Ready for him. So I thought I'd do the rest of the video from inside the car. Obviously I'm not driving, I am sat on the driveway. So I'll let you know a bit about the car. So I had everything taken care of from Barry Ford. So there was little stress, well, that's a lie. There was a lot of stress on my part, mainly because of the driving license and getting the license, and then me being decathlon, me being a man. Anyway, that all got sorted after I got the car. So I picked up the car. Now, with regards to buying a car out here, there is no sort of MOT as such, and there's no, you do get your car serviced, but it's not a, there is no legal right for you to have to MOT your car. So when you're buying a car, you have to have what they call a safety, it's safetied, which is essentially like an MOT, but they do that once. So now that I've bought the car, I don't have to go in the same time next year to get the same thing done. You don't need to do that. So I've got the safety check, and that's that. If I want to get it serviced, which I will, then I just arrange that and I get the car serviced, but there's no law for MOTs. With regards to the number plate, that is very different to the UK. So when you buy a car in the UK, you're buying a car that comes with a number plate attached. When you buy a car in Canada, you're buying the car. And then when you buy the car and register yourself, you will then get a plate which is for yourself. So I didn't have to sort that. The Barry Ford garage did that for me. With your driving license number and everything, they take it down and register the plates to your vehicle. When I buy a new car, I don't get new plates. I simply take the plates off of this car and then put them onto the next car that I have. So these plates, so I've been told, will stay with me for however many cars I have. I think I did read somewhere that you could get new plates at some stage, but I'm not quite sure how that works. All I know is that I'm being told that I keep these plates and put them onto the next car. So other than that, the insurance is so expensive. So because even though we've swapped our driving license and we've got what they class as a G license, it's a full license, but because we've never driven in Ontario or had a driving license in Ontario before, it's basically like we're 18-year-old schoolboy racers, and that's how they're insuring us on the vehicle. So I got the cheapest deal I can find, and that is purely because my cousin is with a company. She then put me onto like as a part of a family cover, and that made me get $600 off. And the total price of my car insurance for the year was 2,600 Canadian dollars. Now, when I had my statement from HSBC in the UK yesterday, I think, and £1,500 is what it's taken for my car insurance. that is more money than, like, I think even when I was 17 I only paid £600 a year for car insurance, so 1,500 is steep. But what I did do is subscribe to, I went with an insurance company called TD, and they have what's called a TD Advantage app. So it's like that little box that you can get in the UK that I've never wanted to do, which rates your driving. You delegate yourself to have a discount by having this app for it to judge your driving habits. Now, I've never wanted one, but for the sake of when insurance is £1,500 a year, or for the most of you, you'll find it's a lot more if you don't get that discount from a family member, you're going to want to use that driving habits app to get 25% lower on your car premium. So the other thing that you need to get when you come out here, and also the insurance will ask you for it as well, is winter tyres. So when I was buying the car, I asked if it come with winter tyres, and they said no, it just had the normal tyres. But driving in the snow, you have to have winter tyres out here, otherwise you'll be sliding around all over the place. So I had to ask to buy the winter tyres and include that in the cost of my car. So the winter tyres, now I had a discount because I was complaining about all of the prices of everything, so I did get it heavily reduced. Still, it is a lot of money. So I paid 840 Canadian dollars for the winter tyres plus tax. Now you'll notice that pretty much most things that you buy out here, apart from insurance, is plus tax. Now the tax is at 13%, so it's not cheap. So the tyres were, I'm not sure what it converts to in English, but I know that it's all a lot of money. Now the other thing to point out is when I bought the car, and I will show you this quickly, when I bought the car, it comes with this display here, which from looking at the different websites and reviews from the cars, I presumed, and that's where I went wrong, by thinking that it had sat-nav. So lots of different adverts for this GMC Terrain come with sat-nav. This has got the means to have sat-nav, but it doesn't come with it. And quite a lot of the cars don't come with the sat-nav as standard. Now when you ask the garage if they have sat-nav, they're like, sat-nav? What's sat-nav? They don't call it sat-nav, they call it GPS or navigation system, so everyone's a bit baffled if you say sat-nav. However, it doesn't come with it, and being a girl that gets lost when she drives around the corner to go to Tim Hortons, I need sat-nav. Now what I did find out is that out here they want you to subscribe to things like that in a service. Now the GMC has got something called OnStar, so I'll quickly show you this now. So OnStar is on this rear view mirror, there's this blue button. Now if you press the blue button, it will call through to some company, and then they will then sell you sat-nav, navigation system. They could help you if you're stranded on a road. But I'll just press it now and see what happens.
Connecting to OnStar.
So it sounds like some sort of like futuristic thing, like the robot in the car is talking to you, but it's designed to be helpful. Now that, when I had a look into it, you're looking at spending another sort of $30 plus a month to have the service where you've got the navigation and the Bluetooth music. And for the sake of it, I just didn't think it, well, I say I didn't think it was worth it. Scott didn't want me to think it was worth it, so he bought me the stand for my phone and said that the phone is a good enough sat nav and that I should use that. And yes, I agree, the amount of money that we've been spending out, I need to cut down on things somewhere, and that's probably the best place to start. One thing that I forgot to say is the cost of the car. So I found the car and I bartered for it, as you would normally always do. So the car I managed, I think it was advertised at 15,000 or 14,098 or something like that, and I bargained them down and eventually got the car for 13,500. But then once you add on the tax, and obviously 13% on top of that many thousand bumps it up again, plus the winter tyres, in total I think I paid 16,239 for the car in Canadian dollars. And then the insurance on top. It's expensive, but that's all been paid for now. I paid for the insurance up front for the year, so I didn't have to pay it monthly. You do get the option of paying it monthly, and it isn't quite like England where they rip you off and charge you a lot more to pay monthly. Out here it's kind of, some of them don't charge you anything to pay it monthly, and some it's just a very, very small amount that you pay monthly. So next we will be going to pick up Simba later on this evening. We have to pick him up and be at the airport for 8:15 in the evening. Well, that's when his plane lands. He probably isn't going to be ready by then, but we'll probably leave the house about 7, half 7, and then just see where we get on from there. But I will resume the video a bit later and show you our journey to collect Simba, and fingers crossed that everything is fine and he's not too stressed out from the last 2 days, because obviously he went to the airport. My parents called me and said he'd been shaking when they tried to put him in the van. Obviously he's never been away from home before, so he was all nervous, and they sent me a little picture of him in the crate in the back of the van, scared. And then they took him to the somewhere at Heathrow at kennels for the night with air pets. They said that he was fine, and he went to the vets and got the fit to fly certificate. And then obviously they took him to the airport the next day, which was yesterday, and he was all ready to fly, and then all of that happened, so he had to then stay at what they've called Heathrow's Animal Reception Centre. So I've got no idea what that was like for him. He must have been traumatised, but I'm hoping that he forgives me and all will be okay tomorrow. So just a quick update, we are getting Simba tonight, and we will do another video after this one just to show you all about Simba and collecting him and how that goes. So stay tuned for the next video. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue watching. I'm sure there'll be many more things that will come up that might be of interest to you guys at home, and also for my friends and family. Keep watching.